55 grain, 62 grain green tip, 77 grain, 115 grain, 24 grain? What is going on? In this video, you will learn what ammo grain is, what the difference is between them, and how you can decide which is right for you, whether that be for home and self-defense or just any day training at the gun range. Welcome back to the Range Rulerz channel. My name is Parker. Here I help activate amateur gun owners to begin training with their firearms to reach higher levels of proficiency and rule the range. Like I said in the intro, today's video is all about ammo grain and how you can decide which is right for your needs. So let's get started. So here's the big question. What is ammo grain anyway? To put it simply, ammo grainage is the weight of the actual projectile that shoots off of the casing and exits the barrel when the trigger is pulled. 1 grain would equal 1/7,000th of 1 pound, or to put into more relative terms, a standard 5.56 55 grain would equal roughly 0.008 of 1 pound. That's pretty stinking light when you think about it. So now we have to answer, why do we have so many different ones? At the end of the day, this comes down to velocity and stopping power. What this means is the heavier the grain, the more energy and impact to the target for a cleaner kill. Keep in mind that with the heavier grain, the more recoil you're going to have and the less feet per second you're going to have than compared to a lighter grain. Some might say that you can't feel the difference in recoil between the different grains, but for me personally, I do feel the difference between a 62 grain and a 55 grain 5.56 round. The 62 grain does have a noticeable increase in recoil. With that in mind, with a smaller grain, you're going to have more velocity and less recoil. It's simple. The lighter the projectile, the faster it flies, and the opposite is true. So now we actually move into where we decide which ammo grain is best for your needs. But first, if you're getting a lot of value from this video, please consider leaving a like. That way I know to keep making more videos like these. So, as you're deciding which ammo grain is right for you, there are a few things that you will want to keep in mind. Now, this isn't legal advice, but if you're loading up magazines for personal and home defense, a heavier grain round is going to be more preferred because of its stopping power. Now, what you're going to want to keep in mind is that with a lighter grain, the more velocity you're going to have, and over-penetration does exist. If you're just slinging ammo at the gun range, I wouldn't recommend spending big bucks on Hornady Superformance rounds. But if you're bougie like that, then hey, that's cool too. Invite me and you can share with me a couple rounds. But really though, you can do just fine at the gun range with some decent 55 or even 62 grain ammo. Also keep in mind that if you're training with something heavier, say a 55 grain or a 62 grain, you're going to be pushing yourself to a higher standard of recoil management, which will be beneficial to you in the long run. Another thing you're going to want to take into account is the twist rate of your barrel. The faster your twist rate, the more spin your projectile will have when it exits the barrel. If you're shooting a lighter grain bullet through a fast twist rate barrel, that bullet may tend to flop around a little when it exits the barrel and you may notice less accuracy. So make sure you do your due diligence and consider your barrel's twist rate as you decide which grain is best for you. But at the end of the day, just test out different grain and different types of ammo to decide which is best for you. Everyone is going to be a little bit different when it comes to these finer details. Let me know down in the comments section which grain you prefer. So there you have it. That is ammo grain explained, hopefully in a way that makes better sense to you than before watching this video. I hope this video was valuable to you. If it was, again, please consider hitting the like button. That way I know to keep on making more videos like these. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Parker with Range Rulerz. I'll see you guys in the next one.